It's WWE Premiere Week on USA Network tonight. See the greatest moments in WWE wrestling history on Raw Exposed. Then tomorrow night, don't miss the biggest homecoming in wrestling, an unprecedented lineup of WWE superstars in the 3-hour live non-stop wrestling premiere of Raw. That's on USA Network.
It's a mouthful.
It is.
That's a
heck of a show.
See the second group here? There's a second and a third group, and if they can get hooked together, they will be able to run down the front 4 cars. But see that gap in between these 2 groups? That's got to go right rear going down, possibly, or
maybe an engine in the one car.
It's Martin Truex Jr.
Hey. Yeah, Martin just called in, said he thought they... Oh, you're hearing some of the radio now. Thinks they broke the engine.
Okay.
So that will send him.
Really good, too. He's 6th place.
Tony Stewart has clinched, leading the most laps today. 10th race of 2005, he has led the most laps. So 5 extra bonus points for Tony Stewart. That second group's coming.
Yep, now they have just about
merged,
gotten all together. But that second group now with the more cars is going to be about a couple of tenths of a second faster than the first group.
Matt?
Bill, second car in line in the second group. Bobby Labonte, now his spotter, Rick Cordell, telling him, just stay in line. Your pack is catching the lead pack. Don't jump out to try to make a move on the 12 because you'll be drop kicked back. We're sitting in a pretty decent position.
Truex Jr. to the garage. Take a look at the speeds at the line this time by. 172 laps complete in the UAW-Ford 500.
I'd be surprised if the fastest lap, the fastest car didn't come out of that second group.
Kurt Busch, 193 miles per hour versus 190 for the leader.
Marty?
Bill, Jamie McMurray sensed the speed in that second pack. NASA's crew, when they would catch him, Donnie Wingo, his crew chief, said, with about 10 to go, they should catch you. He also told his spotter to help him with the 17 car. He said, when he's on my right rear bumper, I can't see him. I have a big blind spot back there. If he goes high trying to pass me, let me know.
Those 4 guys have done a good job. But Ryan Newman and the party is coming.
Yeah.
They're there.
And Dale Jarrett, who had no help getting off of pit road, is at the tail end of this second group.
And Jarrett right now has got to get going.
Yes.
He only has 15 laps right now. He's got a lot of cars to pass. So once these guys start fanning out and trying to pass each other, he's going to have to make a move, Alan.
Hey, Wally, his spotter, Eddie DeHaan, came on the radio about 5 laps ago, and besides keeping DJ apprised on their progress, their group up toward the front 4, he said to him, it's giddy up time, we got to go.
As long as all these cars in front of him stay in line, there's very little he can do.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's the last car in that group. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting anxious. And
Matt Kenseth under McMurray, but no help.
yeah, and the thing is, these guys are going to have to work together if they're going to beat that 20 car. If you want to finish second, go ahead and follow Tony Stewart. But if you're going to beat him, 3 or 4 of these cars are going to have to hook up and try to go by.
Kenseth, by doing that, has lost 2 positions.
Ryan Newman thinking about coming down and helping. There you see the points as they run here in the chase for the Nextel Cup. And a number of drivers have had problems today. Jimmy Johnson, Greg Biffle, Rusty Wallace. Carl Edwards has had a good day moving forward. Mark Martin out early. Kurt Busch rebounding from problems early in the race.
Now, McMurray's got to know what Nemechek is going to do. He doesn't want to make a move unless he's got some help. And this is where these guys are talking on the radio. There's a lot of chatter right now on who's going to stay with who and who's going to go with who, because I'm telling you what, McMurray can't do it alone.
Follow you wherever you go. The 99 will stay on your tail wherever you go.
That's Matt Kenseth's radio talking about his teammate Carl Edwards in the 99. Those 2 drivers are Roush teammates and are in the chase for the championship. Marty?
And Matt came on the radio after making that move, trying to pass everyone by himself. In essence, he said, I made it because the top was going nowhere. Let's hook up with a 99. We can go down low. And now We see cars scattering everywhere. Jamie McMurray to the lead now.
The race is on.
The race is on. And Jamie, not only did he get by the 20 car, he's back up on top where he wants to be.
Newman in the 12.
He's got to be careful about this gap he's got between himself and Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart right now.
Dave Burns.
Ryan Newman glad to see cars working that bottom side. Earlier when he went down there to try to pass cars, no one would go with him, even though it was earlier in the race, because they couldn't run that low line. Ryan now glad to see that if he does go low to pass, perhaps the 42, there may be cars that can handle down there that'll go with him.
And I'll tell you what, that 42 car, McMurray, is loose. That's a loose race car. He's doing a good job hanging on to that race car.
Carl Edwards thinking about going under Matt Kenseth. Might run out of room down there.
No, he said he would follow the 17.
Yeah. Sure looked like he was looking underneath him.
And Tony Stewart has dropped back to, what is that, 5th position?
Yes, sir.
And a battle with Sterling Marlin for that spot.
Kurt Busch right on his bumper.
And you see Jarrett is going to hook up Sterling Marlin.
Couple of veterans, yep. Marty.
Matt Kenseth just asked his spotter, Mike Callan, off to radio to Carl Edwards' spotter and say, listen, let's stay in line. Let's pull away from the pack behind us if we can. We'll make our move with 1 or 2 to go. I will give him a hand signal as to which way we'll go.
And that plan will work if these guys behind him keep running 2 and 3 abreast.
Well, now Tony and DJ Dale Jarrett up behind the 20 car. And we know that we feel like the 88 car is fast.
Dale Jarrett trying to close in on Tony Stewart.
Edwards has got to get a little bit closer to Matt Kenseth in order to help him. 2 car lengths in between doesn't really do much good.
I was thinking there's 10 to go at Talladega, and I still got all 4 tires.
That's a good thing.
If I could just finish now.
And just throw the checkered flag.
Right. Jamie McMurray has 1 career win.
And here's another thing you got to think about. When you're Matt Kenseth, you want to go with McMurray because you're racing Newman for the championship.
Exactly.
So
right.
here's where you have to start making decisions on, well, if I'm going to help somebody, I'm going to help somebody I'm not racing with in the chase.
Look at Dale Jarrett. He's coming, Alan.
His spotter, Eddie DeHaan, sounds like a play-by-play man at a horse racing track, Bill. Walking him around this speedway, telling him who he's racing with, trying to coach him on what moves to make, and giving him encouragement all the way. Go, go, go. Come on, let's go. Great job. It's something to listen to.
You're just putting your foot through the floor in there now, aren't you?
You're pushing hard. Really hard. Now he's got a lap or 2 now. He's got to wait for Sterling to get back up to him so he can get some help.
It's Carl Edwards in front of him. Edwards runs 5th. Jarrett in the 88, Sterling Marlin behind him.
Sterling had to get out of the throttle over in 1 and 2 because he ran up right on the 88 car. He almost ran him over. Sterling had to back off the throttle, and doing that by not hitting Dale Jarrett, he lost about 3 or 4 car lengths on that spot. So now it's going to take a little while to catch back up.
These guys trying to work their way around some of the wounded cars out there that are significantly slower. Elliott Sadler was the pole sitter. That 38 car, he's 62 laps down. He might be waiting to see if he can help his teammate in that 88 car.
Wow. Boy, oh boy.
Ryan Newman.
Threading the needle there.
Man. I don't know how they made it, but they did.
Really not how many times they wreck here.
Here we
how
go.
many times they don't. Matt Kenseth. Right
Jay
to
McMurray
the
puts the block. You see how loose he got right there? But that's what these guys were talking about earlier. You have to have eyes in the back of your head when you race at this place because you're driving through the mirror as much as you are through the windshield, especially with 10 laps to go.